Imagine one day you wake up with a whole new life. You were born in New York. You grew up in a wealthy family. This provides you with great opportunities in life. When you grow up to be your own adult, you're fighting in a war. You have to lead the front line into battle. Everyone trusts you, fighting side by side with friends, brothers, cousins, dads, and husbands. The people they love, not knowing if they'll ever see them again. You know some won't come back, and you called the shots. The burden of dead men on your shoulders. Can you handle it? Hello, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Sasha.
Welcome to the Williams Bay School Imagine Life podcast project.
Here you will be able to be in the shoes of a famous figure and experience what their life was like. Please enjoy. It's the late 19th century. You're 3 years old. Out of the blue, you struggle to breathe. Your heart is racing. You try and grasp for air. You don't know what's going on. You can almost describe it as if you were drowning without water. Later on, after the attack, you get diagnosed with asthma. You have learned to deal with it, but it has just gotten worse. At the age of 12, everything you're doing to help with asthma is working. You're outside, lifting weights, boxing, and doing other physical activities. It finally isn't as bad, and your attacks are less frequent. What really helped your asthma get better was you had a loving family who were doing anything they could to help you.
Fast forward just over a decade. You have trained for this. Your asthma is better. You're now a National Guard. As a National Guard, you helped lead a group of the military in war. During the war, you and the other leaders coordinate an attack on a nearby city. You take over the city and get ready for battle. You set up a blockade against the enemy. Once the blockade is set up, you move on to take more ground around the city. As you move to control more land, the wind rustles up against your skin. You go to cross a river and suddenly you hear something. Pop! A bullet shell hits you right in the arm. You have no choice but to keep going. As you approach the battlefield, bullets fly by you, hitting trees, causing splinters to get in your face. You're scared but can't let anyone see. You keep fighting as you can feel your heart beating through your chest. You need a way to get some momentum. You try to lead a flank and ask your soldiers, "Are you afraid to fight while I'm on a horse?" Your men look at each other and you see them build up the courage to charge down a hill. You hear bullets flying everywhere. Pow, pow, pow! Then, your flank against the enemy is successful and you make them flee. This action wins you the battle and forces the enemy to skedaddle. It's a staple in the war that results in the enemy to retreat. After the war, you sit down, open to a clean, new page in your journal and begin to write. The light has gone out of my life.
After being a National Guard, you change careers. You have way more power now. While in power, you start by helping the people by closing the gap between the rich and the poor, transportation, foods, and labor. You start off by limiting the power of big companies to prevent people from getting all the money and barely paying their employees. Your actions will help the people who work really hard and get paid little to nothing to work just as hard and make money to be able to survive off of. After that, you help transportation by regulating transport rates, work against discrimination, and hire people to help enforce the new rules. This action will have many benefits. You can travel places faster, people will have more job opportunities, and more money for the railroads as you can't tell someone no because they're a different race or gender. Next, you help food consumption by making standards for what everyone eats to make sure it's safe. This will ensure the safety of people when they eat food and not wonder, is this what is going to kill me? Finally, you help labor by adding regulations. This makes it so life for employees is more enjoyable and less miserable. You also make it so you can't force children who can barely speak to work in fields and risk their lives.
You are a caring person and try to help a lot with protecting land and animals so living species don't go extinct. This helps out the country so much as you make places safe for species to thrive. There was one problem with this though. You made a lot of people angry and forced them out of their homes. You help the world by helping transportation go quicker through a waterway. You also help a country gain its independence in the process. You say, "To my mind, this building of the canal through Panama will rank in kind, though not of course in degree, with the Louisiana Purchase and the acquisition of Texas." You help the country expand its viewpoint from just ourselves to being more global. This helped the economy of your country.
One of your final acts as the 26th president is you order your ships to sail the world to show your power. You intentionally launch to keep war out of the United States and try to make peace in the Pacific. Japan calls on you for help to make a deal for peace. You propose a peace treaty called the Treaty of Portsmouth. Russia and Japan end up agreeing and ending the war. Afterwards, you win the Nobel Peace Prize because of your action with the Russo-Japanese War. The person is Theodore Roosevelt.